Alright, hello YouTube. Before I begin, let me just tell you that I won't be uploading videos for about a month or so because I'm in the middle of moving from one country to another. Before I go, I wanted to do a quick series on how to play Spectres, and here's the second one with Prisoner. Let's begin by inspecting Prisoner's skills and stats. Prisoner has strength of 4 and movement of 1. What this means is his attack will do 36 damage per attack and he will move at 4.05 meters per second. Like every other Spectre, Prisoner can gain Bloodseek, but even at max Bloodseek you're looking at 5.05 meters per second. To help with his kills, Prisoner has Hook, which, if successfully hit, is able to drag Survivor to Prisoner for a hit on a 25-second cooldown. Prisoner also has AoE stun ability, which extends for roughly 3-meter radius. If survivors are hit within this radius, they are stunned briefly, allowing Prisoner to hook them or attack them with his basic attack if survivors are close enough. Couple of things to note is that Hook has fun interaction with a lot of objects on the maps. There are several places where Hook can go through, as well as drag survivors through solid objects. However, since it is a projectile, you can miss with it, and even if you aim perfectly, it just shoots somewhere else. Oh, and you can actually not take any damage as a survivor when hooked, which hasn't been fixed over a month at the time of this video. Prisoner has 1 strength. His damage is the highest of all Spectres at 36 damage. This effectively makes him hit survivors 1 less than Bell to finish them off. However, this doesn't really help Prisoner since he's very reliant on his hook to deal damage. At 25-second cooldown and 17.5-second cooldown with Dark Occult, his TTK is 60 seconds to kill almost any survivor with 100% hook accuracy. Factor in items such as Holy Water, which disables his ability to hook while blinded, Rattan Sigils, and generally faster movement speed, his actual TTK is higher than 60 seconds. Not only that, his movement is so slow, you can actually dodge his basic attack by simply sprinting when you see attack animation as a survivor. Inability to use his invisibility after hitting a survivor also adds problem to his chase, further increasing his prisoner's TTK. So unlike Bell, Prisoner essentially has only 1 perk combination that is reliable and useful. That is Serial Killer and Dark Occult. Dark Occult is necessary to increase his overall DPS since he needs any help to reduce his hook cooldown. Serial Killer is again the only other choice to reduce his TTK somewhat. Jumpscare can be a decent replacement to close distance for surprise hit, but even then, this is not useful for anyone who can use directional sounds. Playing Prisoner can be done in one of 2 ways. First, you can play Ritual Defense. This method involves identifying 2 or more close rituals and patrolling these rituals. This method relies on survivors making mistakes, and when they do, that's when you go for a kill and hopefully snowball off that. The biggest problem with this method is that once second ritual is complete, Prisoner can still take damage. Even at 50% damage, it is possible to exercise a Prisoner. Not only that, since this method relies on defending just 2 rituals, that means the rest of the map is safe. This gives survivors plenty of time to farm items, usually ending with reaching item cap and infinite amount of items they need. Second way is to play as a chaser, similar to Bell, and you're trying to land M1 as much as you can as a Prisoner. You also use Hook to do more damage where possible. This is the best method to play Prisoner if ritual RNG isn't good, or playing on a map such as Junkyard, where rituals are way too spread out. However, Prisoner needs to hit with the hooks at all times. This means being patient with the hooks and only using if you think the hook will connect. Any missing hook means waiting at least 17.5 seconds for next attack, or drop chase with the person and try at later times. This means loss of DPS and pressure, and it is much harder to get kills. Last but not least, you also need to be able to identify targets. You need to be able to drop the chase fast if things aren't going in your way. Of course, problem is that if all 4 players are good, there isn't anything you can do. Now here's a quick tip that's different from Bell. Unlike Bell, in fact, unlike Nymph as well, you don't want to destroy Locker with Prisoner. One of the attack animation where he uses his leg is actually same animation more or less as him destroying Locker. So people who rely on Locker animation and getting out at the right time can actually be baited by that, get stunned and get hit. That I guess is a strength, but you just don't go into Locker. Now, while Prisoner can technically snowball off early damage and has ability to chain attack, so M1 then hook for succession, his slow movement and slow attack speed really prevents Prisoner to be played at any decent level of gameplay. Against any competent group of survivors, playing Prisoner is asking for a free exorcism. Another problem is you can't really have hook as a reliable method for damage due to bugged interactions and how projectiles work in this game. Your reticle is not a good indicator of where you will shoot. In short, he's slow, he can't really get kills very well, and is too reliant on his active perk to be useful. He is currently the weakest Spectre by far. So if you decide to buy him, no, don't do that. And if you do decide to play him, I just strongly suggest you to make maybe changes to a different character, such as the next Spectre I'm going to talk about, Nymph. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I upload videos on regular basis. If you got any suggestions or anything you have in mind, please leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.